cue cards, building fun, casual decks, and sometimes being forced to play them in leagues by your guys' suggestions. Again, I'm setting everything up on YouTube and Twitch so that everything is named properly and shared properly. But if you're tuning in immediately, just saying, hi, I love you, I appreciate you. This works very simply. I'm gonna spin a wheel. The wheel is full of suggestions that you guys give to me to build decks around, whether it's cards or a theme or a vague description. Some examples of cards, like I know Black Dog is on there, right? And so the implication would be that I'm going to build a deck that includes Black Dog in it and try and work a good deck around Black Dog. Now the intention is to build these and play them in casual just to test for fun decks. The idea is these decks can be kind of silly, funny, odd, and the point of playing them in casual is because they actually would have a chance then, because when you play people in leagues, they've got great decks, and so more often than not, if we want to have a chance with some of these fun, interesting decks, casual is the best place to try it. However, last time that I did this, I was suggested to try and play the Titanic deck that we built in leagues, and in the second game, it won. So, that being said, it's not out of the realm of possibility that we try these in leagues. It's just the overarching goal is to have fun with them and try and play around with whatever we can to its most intense degree, and that might mean that we need to try them in casual, because again, it'll probably backfire in leagues. I'm gonna share this to the Discord right now. I'm live on Twitch right now building decks from your suggestions. Just want to make sure everybody knows, so everybody gets a chance to join in the party and share around however they feel necessary. So, that being said, if you tune in, I love you. I appreciate you. Feel free to go ahead in the comments and comment if you're like, hey, you should build a deck around this or a theme like this, because I'll just throw it right on the wheel. And then all of a sudden, bada boom, great, we're cooking with gasoline. As you can see now, when I've got it on the right screen, there's the wheel. It is just full of random things. From, I see the piano card is on there, the Blue Jay card, but then also vaguely just birds and frogs. I had also had something that was more like really vague and out there before, which was just cards that don't have abilities, and I really didn't want to pull that one. And last stream, that is the very first one that I spun, and we tried that as best as we. I mean, I literally built a whole deck where 18 out of 18 cards had no abilities, and it was impossible. I mean, it just didn't work. And then somebody jumped into the chat and was like, throw Knights Templar in there. I was back and forth on if it defeated the purpose of all having no abilities or not. And I was like, well, sometimes, you know, it's like I say, I build a Yule Cat deck, and I made a video of that before. Not every card was the Yule Cat. I built around the Yule Cat, so built around cards that had no abilities, and all of a sudden we built something pretty great. So sometimes your suggestions are the thing that flip the switch, that make this go so smoothly, and I appreciate all of you guys for that. That being said, I'm just going to spin the wheel right away, and we're going to start building something. So, first concept we're building around for the day is Persephone, as long as I have it. That's always one thing. I take all suggestions. Why am I spelling it wrong? Even if I don't have them. But I have Persephone, which means that we are actually going to be building this. So, let's go. Persephone. There we go. Okay, cool. Now, can I guarantee that the deck is the coolest, bestest deck ever? No, I'm going to try my darndest, though, to make sure that I get it as close to as I possibly can, though. That's the Zangaro tea. is that my intention is to win. So I'm gonna do my best to make this deck as good as possible. It's just the concept starts at Persephone. It's one of my favorite things to do. It's one of the easiest, funnest, cutest ways to try and build a whole deck is be like, yeah, I like the zebra card, the plain zebra. What about it? And then you start with the plain zebra and all of a sudden, bada boom, you got yourself ball rolling. So we got Persephone. This is where we start. Persephone. There she is. What's she do? Hades card in hand gains 35. If you're losing the turn, it gains an extra 20 this turn. That's actually pretty awesome. Okay, so absolutely immediately want to get Hades in there. Tell me I got Hades. Thank goodness. So now we've also got Ancient Greece is in the works for a build because he helps Ancient Greece cards. Okay, very good. Now, I also want to make sure that if I can, if there was for any reason, if there's any other card out here that helps specifically Persephone, I want them. Okay, there's not. A lot of the time I want to make sure that I don't overlook that, right? Like I might get a card that's as simple as the Yule Cat, and then I might forget that there are cards out there that's like for every card that has Yule in its name, thumbs up to you, you get plus whatever. And I never want to overlook that. Now, when I looked up Hades, I'm pretty sure I saw people that help Hades. So there you go. This guy is going to help out Hades, so that's fantastic to have in there. If your deck contains Hell, it repeats also if you have Hades. So this is going to, your Norse mythology cards. Okay. So if I have Hades in there, it's going to help Greek mythology cards. And so Ancient Greece, Greek mythology, all getting a boost. I don't know why you're because shades. Okay, I was like, I don't know what you're talking about here. 8 or more history cards, that's fine. And then Cap of Hades, a random card in your hand gains 30 this turn. It's not necessarily a bad card. It's just I'll keep looking for starters. I'm gonna look in Ancient Greece and Greek mythology to start because those are two that I've been given right off the bat to help play. It starts at one focal point and it slowly starts dispersing, right? This is the family tree. We started at Persephone. Persephone connects to Hades. All of a sudden, Hades wants to work with Ancient Greece. All of a sudden, a card that helps Hades wants to work with Greek mythology. Now I get to play in Ancient Greece and Greek mythology. Of course, I could, if I wanted, just take Persephone and Hades and then throw in Ghost, and then throw in a couple Mythics, and just build a deck that works that happens to have them in that, but that defeats the whole purpose, right? The whole purpose of what I'm doing right now is making sure that I show you that there is a world that you love Persephone, you can build around Persephone. Say, this is my Persephone-themed deck. Obviously, that might just be able to be described as a broader spectrum as time goes on, but still cool to know. Let's see. I kind of like Atlas. I kind of like Ares for burning the opponent's cards. Costs 3 permanently less. Minotaur's not too shabby. I do like that. Even though if I'm doing this in casual, it's going to be hindered a little bit because it's going to cost 6 right off the bat, but the next time around it will only cost 3. I'm going to throw him in there right now just in case. We're going through? Okay. This card loses 11 permanently, and 2 random cards gain 11 permanently. Again, I like that. I will throw him in there right now as well, just to have. Daphne and Apollo, I'll consider. Do they? No, they hate each other, don't they? Apollo, where are you? Was Apollo up? I probably already skipped Apollo. That's fine. I have a good chunk of, I think there are like 75 Greek mythology cards, and I don't have all, but I have a good chunk. Works with the moon, a random card gains 30, right. If you've played Aphrodite, and if your deck has 4 or fewer Greek mythology cards, then that helps prominent painters. Never mind on that. One of your random Greek mythology cards, wherever it is, loses 40 permanently, and 1 gains 40 permanently. That's not terrible. That's not terrible. I mean, losing 40 permanently is terrible. Don't get me wrong. That's terrible. But the overall concept I could work with. If you're losing this, that's just bad. First turn of a round, maybe. Brilliant body. If you're tied for the round, your opponent gains 50 this turn. So I'd never want to draw that at the beginning of a round. That's just terrible. Gosh. If you're winning this round, Pegasus gains. Okay. And if you lost, okay. I'd consider that one. Bellerophon. This card burns 5. And then Zeus and Niobe cost less. Okay. Let's get back up to the top here. See where we were. Chosen Heart. All cards in both players with 3 or less base energy gain 20 this turn. It's good for some of these guys. I like Medusa, if I'm not mistaken. 2 random cards in my hand will lock, but also 2 random cards gain 50. Now, that is playing with fire because that can imply that the 2 that gain 50 are also the 2 that lock. So that's awful. But for right now, I'm going to play with fire and throw her in there. Achilles could hurt me. Kronos, you're a card that a lot of people have wanted off of me. What do you do? Cards in hand with 5 or more base energy. Just 5 or more? Gain 25. Wow. Your cards wherever they are with 4 or less. Yikes. I don't know about that one. Lose 20 until played. I mean, I like him, but like that is a pretty negative effect to have on me long term. If you're not tied in this round, this card gains 25. It's pretty nice. Let's see. Greek mythology cards. There we go. That's what we like to see. Your Greek mythology gain 18. Okay. Neil Armstrong. Specifically helps Neil Armstrong. Cool. Your reptiles in hand cost 1 less. If you lost this turn, this card costs 3 less. Okay, that's not terrible. Helps dogs, plant life, venomous creatures. Not exactly our wheelhouse. Your Greek mythology cards cost 1 less until played. The 9 muses, that is exactly what I'm going for right now. Fantastic. Your Dionysus card, wherever it is, goes up. If you played in the middle slot, your Jasons get 8. That's not terrible. Your cards from collections with mythology in their name, wherever they are, gain 30 for 2 turns. That's nice, but it does cost 12. So it's gonna be rough to get out of the hand. I'll consider it if all else fails. Both player cards, wherever they are, with 8 or more base energy cost 4 more. So, okay, I like that one. It would screw the high-hitting cards and keep them in the hand for a whole round. It's also pretty nice. If you played 10, okay. This card burns until played, okay. Yikes. Yikes. And then afterwards, I want to, not just check Greek mythology, but check cards outside the spectrum that specifically help Greek mythology as well. Helps Moon, random card. I'm still eyeing Cab of Hades. I do kind of like the idea of Cab of Hades. If played between any life on land card and ultra, okay. I don't know if I'm going to have life on land cards in this deck. Or History of Heartbreak, which is what the others are working around. Okay. If I'm not mistaken, I do believe Spartan Helmet and Alexander the Great, aren't they an animation combo? I believe so. We'll see if that helps to work around. But just again, for context, building a deck around Persephone. So far, we've got 9 of 18 cards, and we're building it very specific so far. Like, it just as an example, I'll show you so that we're all on the same page once again. So far, what we've got for Persephone is we started at Persephone, right? And then, okay, well, your Hades cards go up if you got Persephone. So we got Hades as well. Then we've got the Styxosaurus, which specifically helps Hades. Hades helps ancient Greece, and we also get to work within Greek mythology with demon in there. And so what we've now got is a handful of Greek mythology in here as well. Now we're going into ancient Greece and then also going to play around with cards outside the spectrum that help Greek mythology and ancient Greece. That's what we're working with so far. And seeing how far that gets us. I do like that you help me in case I lose permanently. Zeus helps thunderstorms. I got place to play with thunderstorms. I'm back and forth on the Apollo and Daphne love-hate relationship. The fact that Daphne makes Apollo worse, but Apollo makes Daphne better. So he gives Daphne 50. She takes away 25. So actually together they really only gain 25 for the turn, which isn't a lot for a great combo. I like the oddity of it, but it's still weird. Plato, let's see what else we got. Icarus, Aviations. There it is, Leonidas, sorry. Leonidas and Spartan Helmet. That's what we like. It's a very, I think that's one of the first combos I used when I ever picked up this game. Like, that's one of the first combos that I ever used, which doesn't stick outside of casual at all, but it's there. All right. First turn of a round. This card gains 34. That's not terrible. 7 Sages of Ancient Greece. 7 Sages. Do I have all 7? Because I might just play with 7 Sages at that point. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many 7 Sages do I have? Do I have 6? Really? Okay. Well, dang. That's fine. I'll help each other over time. Okay, what do I got Greek mythology-wise, or what helps Greek mythology? Your Ancient Greece and Greek mythology gain 32 this turn. That's great, considering that my hand is loaded with them. 3 random cards in your hand gain 14 permanently, and your Greek mythology cards gain 9 permanently. That is also pretty nice. 4 more Greek mythology cards, but then it helps Weird World. This hurts Greek mythology. If you played Phanes, your Greek mythologies are cheaper. I'll look into that. I don't know if I do have. I think Phanes was one of the ones I was missing. If your deck contains Artemis, then my Greek mythology can be cheaper. That is nice. All female Greek mythology cards. I didn't know that the game would keep that in mind. That's cool. In either player's deck, go up 8, and all non go down 8. Okay, that's cool. Again, more with the thunderstorms. There's so much. If your deck has thunderstorms, it detains. Okay. Tripping over my words. Okay. Now I'm gonna just real quick check Ancient Greece as well. Make sure I cover my bases. If you won the turn, your Ancient Greece cards gain 25 next turn. I do like this. The Ancient Greece cards are 2 cheaper permanently. That is really nice. I'll throw you in there. Why not? Your 7 Sages, wherever they are, gain 21 until played. That's pretty nice. Ancient Greece cards gain 50 until played. I like you. These cost 1 less until played. That is pretty nice. If you won the turn, your Ancient Greece, wherever they are, gain 10. Okay. Draw, gain 9 for 2 turns. Okay. I'm surprised. I've heard of 8 Immortals. I've heard of Sue Bones. I've never heard of 7 Sages. Your other 7 Sages cards gain 20 this turn. That's pretty nice. Their 7 Sages gain 10 this turn. Gain 10 this turn. King Leonidas and Spartan Helmet, wherever they are, gain 34 until play. I'm going to throw you in there because I have Spartan and Leonidas. Come on. Am I not in the deck build? Yeah, I am. Okay, I don't know why it wasn't going. 4 or more Ancient Greece cards. Your cards in hand gain 22 this turn. That is, again, really good. Especially because I'm going to have 4 or more. You help Midas on the side. I don't have Midas. I wish I did. He's a good boy. He's a good boy to have. I want to make sure that I also don't have to waste too many turns running through as well. What can we do with gaining energy per turn permanently real quick? Is there anything that plays within our realm here that helps? I mean, thunderstorms, yeah. Just because of the whole, so many cards help with thunderstorms hit as well. I might. Here, let's just see what plays with thunderstorms within our range of how this deck is being built. We do have Zeus. Zeus is pretty nice because that's going to give him 50. And then I believe you right here. Yeah. We also get a boost because of that. If your deck contains thunderstorms, gain 3 for the round is also pretty nice. I just want to make sure that I have some kind of boost in energy. We'll see if this works. I'm skeptical on this. I didn't expect to build around Persephone, but I'm down for it. We've got Persephone and Hades, which I really like. Styx. Demon's gonna give a boost to all Greek mythology just because Hades is in the deck, which is nice. Minotaur I like as a strong hitter later on. His PPE is gonna get better. Hydra I was skeptical on. Hydra I'm skeptical on because losing any kind of power permanently is no bueno, but it gives a couple of their cards 11 permanently. I can't complain. I like dabbling in danger, and that's why Medusa's in this deck. I'm very aware that the 2 cards that could gain a power boost could also be the same that get locked, but that's fine. A lot of Greek mythology boost and a lot of ancient Greece boost with a dash of thunderstorms in here, specifically thunderstorms playing in to this world. And then the only 2 things that are out of character here are Dugong, one of my favorite Pokemon, and Titanosaurus. Yes, they both help ancient Greece, but they themselves are 2 of the only cards, I believe, in this build that aren't going to get any kind of benefit themselves. I think El Greco as well. But that being said, still ready to test it out. Okay. Let's go in, Persephone. Last time I streamed, I did each deck build twice, and that's because the first of each time I lost because I played it incorrectly. But that being said, I'm always open to run it a second time, if not just to show if it was my human flaw that played it incorrectly, or if it's the way that the deck is built and therefore is just simply not going to work out. So, let's see. Titanosaurus already on a proper stage. I'm not gonna lie. The hand looks like it's pretty strong right off the bat. What do we get right off the bat? A boost for mythology. These are draw abilities. I want him to be played with the helmet, so I'm gonna play Titanosaurus right away because he's got his arena boost, so why not? Even though he's gaining energy as everything goes on, it's a lead to start, which is fantastic. We always love to start with a lead, no matter what. Let's see, what else do we got? If your deck contains thunderstorms, it does, and he's actually right here. So I'm gonna play you as well right off the bat. Wait, is this for this turn? Never mind. I'm gonna play you so that I can gain my 1 energy permanently right off the bat. I do not want to waste that. Is the stream broken for everyone? What do you mean? Am I not moving or something? I would definitely love to know what that means so that I can make sure that I fix it. Greek mythology cards. Let's get this out of the way. Video keeps stopping every few seconds. Aw, shucks. Let me see what I can do about that. I think I see what you're talking about, so I understand. Let me see if I can adjust anything to help. But also try and make sure that I don't blow any lead that I have in this game. I'm gonna balance this of playing the cards and also making sure that okay, let's do this. Let's get a nice 200 power in there. I'll try and narrate this while I fix resolution. Video bit rate, let's see. For what it's worth, it might be everybody, because on my end when I check in, it does seem like it's glitching as well. And I obviously want to fix that because I want to give you your best situation here of watching. So let me see. This might be a case of once this game is over, I simply just have to stop the stream and start it back up. See if I can start it at a lower resolution or something to make sure that it isn't as glitchy, which that's unfortunate. I've only streamed a couple times, but I have yet to have it break on me like this. That's a dang shame. But I will fix it. That is my guarantee, that I will figure out something and fix this. Okay, try and keep my lead. Very good. For what it's worth, yeah, I also hope I fix it. I thank you so much for the positive words of affirmation. Yes, I will work on fixing it, that's for sure. Which is, again, unfortunate because everything seems to look set up correctly on my end. I just don't know why it happens to be choosing to not run smoothly in practice. I just can't, for the life of me, draw King Leonidas' Spartan helmet here. But it's working out so far. I guess I wasn't paying enough attention. I lost the first round and I won the second round. That's where we're at right now. I also want to make sure that I fix this stream so that it's not just all glitches, because I know how annoying something like that can be, just watching something glitch forever. Oh, cool. Thank you, Medusa, for locking Leonidas for me. Very good. Finally, as soon as I get the Spartan helmet and Leonidas is locked. Okay, cool. Alright, what can we work with here? Gaining 50 until played. That's cool. You know what? I'm going to save them as their own combo for next turn. This really sucks. Actually, I shouldn't save. I know it gives a boost, but I shouldn't save it. I should do this just in case to make sure I keep the lead. I would have kept the lead anyway, whether or not I played Titanosaurus or Spartan helmet. But hey, a win is a win. I can't complain. So there's that. 'Cause I can't fix the output ratio while it's running. Funky songs. Let's get you out there. Let's get you out there. Let's get you out there. 243 and getting some energy back. That's what I like to see. Let me see if I just refresh this also, if it's still shaky on my end. Maybe if I take my phone off Wi-Fi, maybe it's just literally me using too much Wi-Fi power in my house. But yeah, I'll finish this. I'll try and finish this out strong, and then I will fix the stream. Because what's the point if you can't even watch the stream? Dun, 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 dun. Okay, for what it's worth, this deck, even though it's been shaky, this deck has been working pretty well. So, props to the suggestion, and I'm glad that it's been working. Now it's time for me to get something else working, known as the stream. Let's just get you out there because it's gonna work. Never get too cocky, but it's still gonna work. Okay. So, the good news, mild news. The mild news is streams glitching, right? The good news, though, is the Persephone deck works. So, I'm gonna fix the stream. I don't need to play the Persephone deck again, but I can show, yeah, just a minor detail. It's just a small setback. Other than that, everything's fine. Hey, everything on the Titanic was fine except for one minor detail. So, that being said, I'm gonna make sure that this is all running fine. Let's put my iPad up here. I don't think anything's gonna make my day more than seeing that you followed me right after I made that Titanic joke. So that's fantastic. Thank you so much for that. Yeah, just a small leak. Yeah, if only they had a couple more hands on that. That being said, let me just try really quickly see if I can figure this out without shutting the stream down. See. Got me. Thank you. Sometimes I'm on it, which I love. Usually in a time of panic, such as one where I'm trying to stream and give people a good time, and instead it's just glitching. Thankfully, the audio's still working, so any joke I make is still allowed to land. I don't even know if I'm allowed to touch OBS right now for some reason. Goodness me. I keep clicking on it and it's just not reacting right. So that being said, I'm gonna stop the stream real quick and then I'm gonna hop back on. If you want to join me again, fantastic. If you got places to be, I understand. Please tune in whenever you can. I highly appreciate it. But that being said, I'm gonna see if I can stop this, fix this, and if it's working again, we're in business. So let me stop this, because unfortunately that has to stop so I can access this. And then, let's see, does this work? I'm not even allowed to press stop streaming. That's amazing. Okay. Let's see. How do I stop streaming then? How do I stop? OBS is not letting me do things. I guess I'm gonna do this. Is that not working either? I just tried to quit OBS and that didn't work. This stream is... I don't understand what's happening. I can't even work with OBS. I'm stuck staying live until further notice. I don't know what to do. For what it's worth, I had a good time building the Persephone deck, and I appreciate that you showed up and tuned in. I close OBS, just be aware. I'm trying different things to close it. It's going to be abrupt. Okay? This is saying OBS is currently active. All streams and everything will be shut down. Are you sure you wish to exit? I'm going to say yes. And I'm going to come back. Maybe it's just OBS being funny and the settings are fine. Honestly, it's seeming like OBS is just kind of having a moment right now. So, I mean, to be fair, my setup's pretty jank. I expected something like this to happen. You know, I'm running off of just a simple laptop, not like a cool dual desktop computer PC setup right now. This is a Mac laptop trying to run everything. So of course something was going to go wrong. But here's to hoping that this closes OBS, and if it does, I'll just start it back up and see if things work again.